Hello again. Good evening. It's evening in Denmark where I am. This is episode 2, season 2 of Money Mama Talks, and I am very excited tonight for our second guest of season 2. Her name is Amber Martinez. She is in Los Angeles and she is a small business owner. She is a vegan. She is a mother. I won't do too much in stealing her introduction, but I'm excited to have her on. We had been talking months ago when I first started this Money Mama Talks concept, and we weren't able to get her on then. So I'm super happy and excited that she is here now. And she just sent a request to be in this video. So here we go. Let's see. Hopefully it's all smooth sailing. Yesterday it took a second to connect, but it seems to be working perfectly. Hello.
Hi, I just turned my
Hi.
internet on, so I'm hoping
And we have
the
a
service right.
very special, an extra special guest joining us today.
Hi, well, special guest we have two.
Yeah, 2 special guests. Perfect. Thank you so much for being on. I was just saying that we actually talked when I was very first coming up with this idea last summer already. I feel like this year went by so crazy fast. I'm sure for you, even faster with the new one, because you were actually getting ready to give birth, right? The last time we were trying to set up this meeting. So it looks like everything went well. Can you introduce yourself, please, for the followers who don't know who you are?
Absolutely. My name is Amber Martinez, and so by Mama Chingona Vegana. This is my daughter, Surem. Yeah.
And you're in LA, correct?
Yes, I'm currently based in Los Angeles. In the process of looking to relocate my family and my business. So that's kind of you know, we're looking, to see where we're gonna
Yeah. Is that specifically because of how things are right now in terms of COVID and the foot traffic of business, or why are you
well,
thinking of?
I think what it is we are ready for a change in location. I've been living in Los Angeles since I was born, basically. So right now, just there's a lot of changes going on, and I'm just looking to change of scenery, I guess. And
Yeah,
relocation was just something I had been talking about. So I don't know. We're thinking Arizona or somewhere
yeah.
along the line.
My mom actually lives in Arizona, so I'm from the Bay Area originally, and then I lived for the last 4 years before 2020 in LA as well, in Hollywood. But yeah, tell me how your business was running. Was it an in-person shop before COVID, or how was Mama Chingona Vegana running before everything changed?
Started my business, I've been vending. So I was vending at different markets, kind of like I would say like farmers market type of
Mhm.
situations, like open markets. And that's
Were
basically
you ever at Smorgasburg in downtown?
no, I wasn't. I haven't been a
Okay.
smorgasbord.
I thought I had tried it. Maybe it
Yeah,
was another something.
kids. But no, I wasn't there. I applied for smorgasbord, but I never, got a response back. I did events like um, Vegan Sunday in Hollywood, and that was a big one, which was great because not last year, 2019, which was the last large event that they had. It was like thousands and thousands of people, which was great for my business. Like we sold out within like the first hour or two, and
That's amazing. Yeah.
that was um, that was like a big moment for me as a business, really.
How have you So are you still allowed to operate? Are vendors still allowed to operate currently, or during lockdown, is it all shut down?
Can you say that again? You're breaking up a little bit.
Yeah. Are vendors allowed to operate still during lockdown, or are you also shut down?
No, well, I'm not allowed to currently go out like I used to, which presented a little bit of pros and cons. Let's start with the cons first was that I was able to, it was basically like free advertisement for me. You know, I would go to different events. That's how I was able to build my customer base and grow. But on the other hand, COVID sort of presented different. I want to say I had to get creative in my strategy, like on how I was going to continue this. Yeah, really. I feel like that's kind of like something that a lot of entrepreneurs and small businesses are going through is, we're really
Yeah.
trying to figure out how to rebrand ourselves. We're trying to figure out like different ways that we can sell, our goods, and especially in the food industry, I feel like that was a little bit more of I don't want to say of an issue, but you definitely had to get more creative in how you were going to continue as a business in this food industry because
Yeah.
a lot of
So
people
how
job right
did you try to offer delivery, or what were some of the ideas that you tried during all of this?
Yeah, well, okay, so um knew I wanted to I knew I wanted to continue baking, and I was still pregnant at that, but at that time I was
Oh
a
my God,
single.
yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, so I'm a mom, and so I really had to like figure out, okay, well, how am I going to work during this time? Because going back to a regular 9 to 5 job just wasn't going to cut it for me. I am an entrepreneur, but I am also a stay-at-home mommy, and so I had to figure out how I was going to make money. And really, I put eggs in my basket with my business, and this is my baby. So, um, the great thing is, I work out of a commissary kitchen, and so I yeah, so I'm able to work at a very kitchen. I bake my goods, and then I have, like different pickup times. So um, I was basically like scheduling like meetups. Like, okay, well, you pick up at this time. So
Wow, yeah.
I had to definitely get creative, but I feel like when you are a business person, when you have your own business, and there's just no other means of anything, so you
God.
figure that out.
Yeah. Did you get any kind of, were you able to get small business help from COVID relief funds, or was that kind of hard to get, or how was that process?
Initially I had thought about requesting that, which probably would have been great for me. But the only thing that I could think of at that moment was keep pushing, was keep working. And
Yeah, because you
of course,
couldn't wait for to find out
yeah,
if you got it or not. Yeah.
yeah, I had filed for unemployment during that time too, because of course, like, we needed extra income in the household, and
Yeah.
unemployment, for me as a small business, it really wasn't cutting it. And so also on top of that, I wanted to work. Like there was no other way around it. Like this is something that genuinely makes me happy and is a outlet for me. So it's an art outlet for me. So I had going throughout that time.
Yeah, keeping the routine at least of doing something that you're passionate about and have that you see a future in
Yeah.
definitely, I think,
And also
helps keep your sanity over lockdown for
yeah.
sure. I know that that was really important to me to keep setting miniature goals. And you have an organization as well, Mamas on a Mission. Is that something new that you started during
That's
uh, COVID?
I would say that's something fairly new that I started. I've been doing community work for a couple of years now. Started with I would say like disaster relief. Like when I was working in the there was, I don't remember exactly what hurricane that had hit, but there was a hurricane that had hit in Texas. This was some years ago. I'm pretty sure lots of people remember this. But I gathered up like a couple of ideas and emails throughout my office and other people throughout the office, and was like, hey, if you would like to donate like some diapers and some stuff for like families, like, I have a place that I can send it to and like ship off. And like a couple of like weeks later, we ended up with like boxes and boxes full of stuff, like just to donate.
That's
So,
amazing. Yeah.
and that's something that I genuinely love doing. And I wanted to continue doing that like throughout my community personally. So a few Thanksgiving, gathered a couple of vegan activists that I was currently doing work with, and we went to Skid Row and we had this amazing donation drive there, and we kind of just kept that going. And
That's awesome.
yeah,
And
it was,
your stuff was vegan as well?
yeah, everything was vegan. And I think that's really what had started it all, is that, there was organizations that were going down to Skid Row and donating like food, which was beautiful.
Right.
But to donate vegan food, I thought, you know what, this is our chance to like kind of step in and like, you
Yeah.
know, this is our chance to step in and, do some stuff like that. So that was amazing. And we kind of just continued that. But from there, um, I knew that I had enjoyed doing work on Skid Row, but I had wanted to branch out into communities where there was, for families, for mothers, for single mothers, especially because I
Yeah.
myself have been, since the beginning of motherhood.
Yeah.
Um, so
And how old is your oldest?
my oldest is about to be 6 years old in 2 months, which
Oh,
I'm kind of freaking out over. It's a little crazy.
yeah.
6 years old, and that
So
was
first grade and
yeah, well, that was my start in motherhood. Well, he's currently doing homeschool. So, um, 2018, when I left my job, I knew that I wanted to start my business. I didn't know how long it was going to take me, but I set a goal of 6 months because that was basically my unemployment was going to run out. And so I
yeah,
set
we
that.
need that push sometimes.
Sometimes you need that push, and it was definitely the fire that like lit everything for me. And I gave myself 6 months, and I made shit happen in 6 months. And
That's amazing.
yeah, it was kind of crazy. It was very fast paced when things started picking up, and that was 2018. And I decided to homeschool my kids at that time. I wasn't really sure how I was going to juggle being a stay-at-home mom
Yeah,
and
and your own business, and you're a one woman business, so you do all the marketing, baking,
yeah,
and deliveries, and you're homeschooling.
yeah.
You have two school age children,
Well,
or
is 4 and my son is currently 5. They're, but yeah, they're doing homeschooling, and
amazing.
I don't know, some days it's really crazy. Other days, you know, I don't know how
You
it
don't know
is.
how you're going to do it. But you kind of had a good head start then on because I imagine so many parents really freaked out this year having to transition to not only work from home but also managing their kids' schooling from home. So it was actually kind of good in that way that you got a head start. So you were like, okay, I already know what's going on having the kids home all day, and you're not freaking out about that change. But that is a lot to take on.
It's a crazy transition for any parent because, working a 9 to 5 job, it was like they were at time, and I like reality really set in when I became a stay-at-home mom and was like, oh,
Yeah,
and like, having the kids home. But really, I feel like I sort of built a network of family and friends, primarily within the industry that I have started working in, and I've met so many wonderful women, so many wonderful
yeah.
that I really feel like when you are in the right place at the right time, um, energetically, you just start to connect with people, and that's really what happened for.
I definitely agree, and that's awesome that and also that you've been able to keep up the community online in these times where, yeah, we can't meet up with each other. Can you tell me about your journey to veganism and how long you've been vegan and what are your main principles for that lifestyle, for having that lifestyle?
Yeah, absolutely. So I had went vegetarian first, I believe it was 2017, July 2017. I was on Netflix and there was like a bunch of
I
hype. There was a bu-
there's so many great documentaries. Yeah.
I was watching a doc and it was called What the House. That's how it started. There was a lot of hype around this about this documentary. I had a vegan friend actually when I was working, and she's still my best friend, Ariana. I on here, but yeah, she had told me about the documentary, and I had kind of heard it buzzing around, and so I thought, you know what? And I, mind you, at that time, I was a big meat eater, and
Okay, you were.
I had swore like I would never go vegan like that. And so I watched this documentary, and it kind of just was jaw dropping in a sense where I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where it kind of like hit me pretty hard.
Yeah.
And that night, I think that was on a Sunday night. It was grocery shopping night. I went to the market and I bought all plant-based stuff. And
That's
um,
amazing.
yeah, it was crazy. It was just like, okay, going forward, I'm going to be vegetarian. So I was vegetarian, primarily based for a couple of months. And my
And you
kid,
already had your first baby then, by
I
then,
had,
right? Or you had both? You had
yeah,
two. Okay.
one that year. And so she was transitioning to college. And I thought, you know, the perfect time to like get them on the train. And so we were vegetarian for a couple of months, and I want to say early November 2017. Um, I was laying in bed with my kids one morning, and I had came across this video that was posted on Instagram, and it was of a mother cow. She had just given birth to her baby, and the farmer had came and taken the baby away through the baby in the back of the truck and basically just shipped the baby off to a factory, which
Yeah.
happens in the dairy industry. It's not a female cow where they can make profit off, where they'll ship the boy, you know, to get slaughtered for veal.
Hmm.
And so I had a son and I had a daughter, and so laying next to the bed, I just started bawling. I thought, how
That's
I'm
so
just
sad. Yeah.
how fucked up is that? You know,
Yeah.
like, you know, that we are determining the fate of their being, and like whether it's a human or an animal, they're sentient. And you know,
Yeah.
I made that connection right then and there as a mother, and I thought I can't contribute to this anymore. Do that, and
Yeah.
that was kind of the start of all of it. And after that, I was like, all right, I'm vegan. Like starting today, that's it.
That's
That's
amazing.
it. And shortly after that, um, I got into activism, and that just changed everything for me completely. I want to say like that's what really like rooted me in veganism. I started attending pig vigils.
Mm, I heard about those in LA. Yeah.
They're amazing, and
Can you
I'm not
explain what a pig vigil is? I think it's a super
yeah,
interesting concept for people to hear.
confused when they hear that. But basically, what a pig vigil is well, I'll give you the information of the organization. So this organization called Animal Alliance Network on Instagram. I had came across basically what they do, and that's another big one.
Hmm.
Um, what they do is they go to Farmer John's, or I want to say like any slaughterhouse, and they hide and they basically pay to the animal to go and to get slaughtered. So specifically with pigs, is they come from different states, and travel 2 3 days sometimes with water. And when we when they arrive to the factory, we'll give them water, and then they're kind of shipped off to, you know, into slaughterhouse. But it, uh, it's a gruesome thing when you really start getting into activism and you see all the horrific things, the
Yeah.
abuse. all of the unnecessary treatments, and it's really heartbreaking. And just for me, myself, and my family personally, I couldn't contribute to that anymore.
No.
It was just it was very heavy. It was a very heavy time in my life where I was just like, wow, this is not really like, everything I grew up.
Yeah. That's actually about growing up and your family was my next question because I'm half Mexican. My family in the Bay Area is a big, happy Mexican family, and we eat a lot of meat and cheese, and vegetables were kind of, they're a little bit more like oily and just kind of little mushy additions to like some saucy, cheesy bean dish. So do you live near family in LA, and how have they adjusted their diet at all, or are they kind of like, yeah, okay, Mija, you do what you do whatever you want. I'm gonna
Yeah, so
eat my pork.
a good chunk of my large family is vegan now. So it started with
That's
my
awesome.
going vegetarian, and then we all sort of followed. So it was me and the kids, and then my mom, and then my aunts, and then now my grandma, who is 76, gonna be 70 here, she made the transition to veganism. And that specifically for me was a tough one because we lived together, and so we would just have these like arguments all the days, and she would leave, and it was just a lot of conflict between us. I was trying to get her to understand my point, and she was trying to get me to understand her tradition, and there was just a lot of friction with it. But I want to say the best that I learned to go about it,
Mhm.
um, not just with her but with anybody, is really living through example, and living through example, and like just being,
Yeah.
and I want to say last year we had our first vegan Thanksgiving, like where we were all together.
Nice.
Yeah, it was beautiful. We were all together, and there was, push and pull about it. It was just like we're all here doing this.
That's perfect. It's, yeah, so important to have the support of family, especially around holiday things, because those are such, food is such a huge deal during American holidays. But we are coming close to the end, and I will not take too much more of your time. But if you have any projects, or where can people support you if they're not local to LA, and where can people find you if they are? Plug all of your things shamelessly.
So I'm currently in the middle of working on a line. Um, I did work in the fashion industry, and I have, I want to say, well, I do have my degree in design, but I have sort of been in this like process of like, I really want to like get back into it, but I don't want to work in the industry. So I want to come out. The whole goal is to come out with a t-shirt line and to incorporate kids in the process of it. So I want to say by summertime I should be like having them on my website. But if you are not currently in Los Angeles, I do orders online, so you can online and I can ship. I've shipped to New York. I've shipped within California. Um,
Okay, cool. So you can actually ship to across the country.
exactly, I've done it before, and that was kind of
Okay,
nerve.
amazing.
I was worried about the I was worried about the kids, but they made it and they were great. So if they
That's
can go to,
perfect.
but I also wanted to talk about one more thing. So I got
Yeah.
these beautiful earrings as a gift. Something that's been happening like within like the last 2 years is I've been getting a lot of support from all of these like women entrepreneurs,
Mhm.
and I have a huge women following, not just mothers, but women and artists and an array of just beautiful, beautiful women. So
We
I
love that.
received, yeah, I received these as a gift.
They're
This,
really, really cute.
yeah, she is a jewelry maker, and she made me these beautiful earrings. A lot of her beads she sources from Mexico, and her name is
Very
in.
cool.
INSITU, and I'll post her Instagram in the bottom of here. But
Yes, please.
yeah, but her jewelry is amazing, and I just wanted to tell her thank you and shout her out because she
That's so nice.
sent me a care
Perfect.
like amazing jewelry and
Oh
just
yeah, send me the tag and I'll put it in the caption as well so it stays up so people can find it for sure.
wanted to tell her thank you for this care package and also thank you to anybody who has been really like taking care of me. Like last year, a lot of women, businesses have been sending me stuff and just checking on me, and I really
That's
appreciate
yeah, the network of women online and yeah, starting the Money Mama idea and just getting to talk to people like you has been such a lifesaver over quarantine. And yeah, whew, thank God for the internet, man. I'm like, dang, what if this happened, back
all
in
this.
the day? You have one TV channel and two books that you've read 1,000 times. So we're very lucky.
That's the beautiful thing about us women is no matter what the situation is, quarantine or not, we'll always find a way to another. Whether you're a mother or whether you're a mother, like we have so many commonalities. Like you can't really break that one. So I'm
No,
happy to be
exactly.
for reaching out again.
Yeah, of course. I think that is a beautiful place to end. So have an amazing day, and I will tag you on all of these when I put them up on, we're going to put it up on the Money Mama Club, Instagram and YouTube and on the webpage. So we will make sure to tag all of your links on on every platform. And hopefully we will talk again soon.
Yeah, thank
When you have new things coming up, I'm happy to share
All right. Well, thank
stuff
you.
always. All right.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Thanks.